All right, so it was late November of 2022. I'm sitting in my room and scrolling through my phone. I decide I'm going to give Bumble, the dating app, a try. And I've heard that, Bumble is more for relationships compared to Tinder, and Tinder is more for hookups and, short-term relationships. And I knew that that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for someone long term. I was looking for my life partner. And being a YouTuber, especially at that time, mostly working from home, sitting in front of a camera, just like I am now, I wasn't too fond of meeting in person, which is totally fine. And I can talk to people normally in person as well. But I thought I'd give it a try and download Bumble. So I went to the App Store, downloaded the app, and it wasn't long. I remember only having the app for 4 days when I came across my beautiful wife. It's crazy to say now, our wedding pictures just came yesterday. We were looking at those, and I held her hand and we did a prayer together because we put it on the TV. So we're sitting on the couch, we held hands and we did a prayer together. And I said, look, baby, how far we've come. And the reason why we're here seeing these pictures is because we decided to make that commitment and be with each other. And I know dating apps maybe used to have a negative connotation, or maybe they still do. I remember hearing a song where it said, oh, we'd lie about where we met. Even though we met online, we'd say we met at the gym or something, right? Because it got that negative connotation. Like, we'll tell our parents we met at the gym. And I just want to let you know, like, more and more people are meeting online. That option is now available, whereas before you couldn't do that. You had to go and meet someone at your school or at a pub or at a restaurant or at a sports team, whatever it is, right? But now we have that option. And so first thing I want to say is there's no negative connotation. You can meet anyone anywhere. And what matters more than where you meet is what you do with the time that you have with each other, and what kind of people are you, and are your values aligned. So this is not sponsored or anything, but what I really like about Bumble was the option. I don't know if they still have that, but or how it's changed because your boy's married. But that you could say if you want a baby, or if you smoke or drink, whatever, you could put your personal preferences in there. And I remember seeing, like, Olivia also had like wants babies. And so I could see that, my father always told me, Amir, look for a woman that you see fit being the mother of your children, right? That was like his benchmark, right? And so when I saw that, I instantly knew, along with other things that I will say in this video, that if this profile that I'm seeing here, Olivia's profile, is real, and if it's not a dummy account, I've told Olivia this story many times, that if it's not a dummy account, that I swear to God, guys, that we're gonna get married, and this is gonna be a forever thing. And the reason why I was so certain is because I knew myself very well, guys. That's why it's so important before you get into a relationship to consider, do you know yourself well enough? So I knew what I was looking for. And when it clicked, I knew that this person is meant to be mine and I'm meant to be theirs. Because she's looking for me and I'm looking for her. I said this in my last video. It's as if God gave each other as a gift to each other, okay? And you'll know they're compatible with you when you know you. I'm going to repeat that. When you know yourself, you know what fits you and what doesn't. If you know that you like tacos a lot and you're craving them, then you're not going to go to a pizza store. You're going to go to a taco store. So when you know yourself, you filter out what's not meant for you. That's why it's so important. At that time in November, December, and just all of 2022, I was really trying to figure myself out. So it took months and do that family healing time. What are my priorities? What are my values? Who am I? What do I want, right? Where should I allocate my time? And I'll tell you what stood out to me in Olivia's profile. She had a vision board behind her. And I'm a huge fan of vision boards. I make them every year. That's how I was able to get my YouTube subscribers. I visualized my first condo that I got when I moved out. It was the exact one. And I'm a big believer of vision boards. So in her first picture, there was a vision board behind her. And in the description, she had just mentioned that she stopped watching the news and started working out. So she valued physical health. And at that time I had done the same exact thing. I'd stopped watching the news and I was working out every single day, losing 60 pounds. At that time I think it was 40, but by the time we started meeting and everything, I had lost 60 pounds. So So 40 to 60 pounds. And so I could see she's on the same journey, which told me that she values the same things, physical health, which leads to mental health, and they're all connected, wanting babies. So she's looking for a long-term partner, committed partner, someone you can build with, someone you can lean on and trust. So I decided to give it a go. Your boy sent the message. I told her from the heart, I've never resonated with a bio so much. And we started to talk. I ended up traveling. And it was so crazy, guys. It was so crazy because Olivia was actually on a work trip. So I didn't know that she lived in Windsor, which is about 300 kilometers from where I lived at the time. I didn't know that. So God works in mysterious ways. The chances of us meeting were so slim, guys. Wow, I even just sharing it with you now, like, thank you, God. I want to take the time to thank God because Olivia was on a work trip and on the train. That's why it was in the range of kilometers of us meeting. She was literally on the train moving. If I had messaged even a few hours later or earlier, we wouldn't have met. Wow, that's crazy, man. So here's what I'm going to say to you if you're watching this and you're debating if you should use dating apps or not. There was so much shame as a Muslim immigrant thinking, oh, what if, my friends see me on the app, or is this like haram, whatnot. So I remember just looking at dating apps so negatively. It's ironic to see that that's how I ended up meeting my wife on Bumble. But I want to let you know, once you get to know yourself, that wouldn't even matter. You won't be worried, oh, who's gonna see? There's bigger purpose. It just seems childish, right? So the first thing is to get to know yourself more and stop caring about what other people think. I know it's easy to say, but you got to realize no one is coming to save you. It doesn't matter where you meet. I'm going to bring this point back, right? You can meet on a mountain. You can meet at school. You can meet at work. You can meet online. You can meet on Facebook online, on Bumble online, or on Twitter online. Doesn't matter where you meet. What matters is how compatible you are. And to find that out, you need to go and set up a date to eventually meet the person. And I remember for me, that was taking the train going to Windsor. And I was sharing with my dad that this is the person that I've met that I really resonate with their values. One thing Olivia had mentioned that always brings a smile to my face is it's meant to be if you want to be the best version of yourself. Here I am making self-improvement videos on YouTube about relationships. And also it's meant to be if you're a winner, right? And so I like that competitive mindset. And as we started to talk, it showed more. But just from that initial profile seeing, I knew I had a really good feeling of who she is, and she just started to show me more. And our relationship truly in the last 2 years has built itself and become more and more of a snowball effect into something great, and it's not going to stop, thanks to God. Thanks to God. I will say, my recommendation, guys, make sure, and this is something I didn't know at the time, if Olivia was religious, because I didn't really know how religious I was, to be honest. I know I'm spiritual, but now, knowing what I know now, here's what I will tell you. Make sure you always keep God in your relationship. God is like a superpower in a relationship. When times are tough, you can lean on Him and He'll help. When you're just giving up and you just need some kind of miracle, some kind of energy to just be like, I don't want to give up. I've built this relationship for so long. That's when God comes into play and He really cares for you. So this is what I would say now. It's okay to meet on dating apps. Don't worry about this negative stigma. Be honest and have integrity and put God in the forefront of your relationship. That's actually advice that I got from one of our family friends who's been married for, I think, more than 40 years. So you always want to get advice from people who've done what you want to do, right? And in times when it's hard, pray together. It's very simple. It doesn't have to be like, oh, take out the Bible and now you got to do all this stuff. Just literally hold hands and say, look, right now we don't have the answers, God, but we know you have our back and we need your help right now, God. We know you will provide for us, and thank you, God. Approach God and your prayers with gratitude instead of like take energy, right? Instead of like, God, do this or else I'm not going to believe in you, or like, God, I need you right now, do this. Say, thank you for what you've given me. Here's where you can help me more and help me see those signs that get me to that objective, right? And I used to do this as a kid all the time. I really do believe a lot of my success, both in school and on YouTube, has been from talking to God. So faith is very important. Make sure you're being honest to yourself. Have integrity. I literally printed these 4 words I'm about to tell you and put them on my window and my mirror and my literally in front of the toilet in my bathroom. So these 4 words are integrity, passion, honesty, discipline. That's what helped me. You can choose the 4 words that stand out to you the most, but I really do believe integrity should be on the top of your list. Faith. And when you're working out, you increase your odds of being able to think more clearly. When you think more clearly, you know what's more valuable, what you should do with your time. That's going to give you the best return on investment. Sounds like a business video, and honestly, it could be, right? You got to consider those things, and that's what's going to help you attract that right person for you and give you that miracle relationship. All right. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments for me. This channel is for you. I look at this as a way that I can serve whatever I've learned, whatever I'm learning. I love you. You're watching this. Yeah, you right there. And this is beautiful. So welcome to the community. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and keep building those miracle relationships. Love you guys. See you in the next one.